AITA for calling out my uncle in front of the family after his creepy comments and touching my girlfriend. So, last weekend was my family's annual barbecue, and I invited my girlfriend Kate, 21 female, to come along. Everything was going fine at first, but my uncle in his mid-50s started making comments that made me seriously uncomfortable. At first, it was the usual backhanded stuff like, "Wow, you are way too pretty for him." I brushed it off, thought maybe he was just trying to be funny or whatever, but then it started to escalate. He leaned in and said, "I would have snatched you up back in the day." Like, dude, what? Then it got worse. He looked at her and said, "Must be a struggle to compromise for me." And then he kept going, talking about how she must get hit on all the time and how I should keep an eye on her. On top of that, he kept touching her like, a lot. Hand on her lower back, arm around her shoulder when he laughed, even leaning into close while talking to her. Kate was clearly uncomfortable, but she kept trying to laugh it off. After a while, she pulled me aside and told me it was bothering her, and honestly, I could tell it was. She did not want to make a scene, but I could see the discomfort on her face. At that point, I did had enough. I walked straight up to him in front of everyone, got right in his face, and called him out. I told him to stop being a creep and to back off, loudly, so that everyone could hear. The entire patio went silent for a second, and his face went from smug to red. He immediately got defensive, like, "I was just joking, why are you overreacting?" But I was done being calm. Then my mom stepped in, all flustered, and started telling me I would embarrass him too much, that I should have talked to him privately instead of causing a scene. She even said that everyone knows he is just a joker. Some family members jumped in and agreed with me, but others, including some of my male cousins, started making snide comments, implying I was being jealous and that I was exaggerating everything. They said, "Our wives do not mind when uncle talks to them like that and it is just his sense of humor." They told me to calm down. Meanwhile, my uncle kept playing the victim, acting like I did ruin his reputation. He was like, "I did not mean anything by it. I am disappointed that you think I am that kind of guy." And honestly, it made my skin crawl. But now I am wondering, did I go too far? Should I have handled it in private? Or was calling him out in front of everyone the right move? AITA for confronting him publicly instead of pulling him aside.